If you have a moment, I'd like to have a word. You don't mind, do you? Even though it's your livelihood, you're not particularly skilled when it comes to playing it.
You're not the police or something, are you?
If I were, would I have gone through the trouble of bringing you to this place?
You got a point. A real Bobby would have hauled me down to the station without saying a word.
What a poker face. Revealing, much like your masters. That is, if you can spare the time. Apologies, your lordship. I admit these methods are somewhat draconian, but I doubt you'd have met me voluntarily. A slight correction. It's actually this gentleman who was adamant about arranging some time alone with you. Please be quick about it. I only have one cigarette on me. You commit the perfect crime. Next time, on Moriarty the Patriot, The Scarlet Eyes, Act 1.
After he finished his current job.
I see. Hope the Viscount doesn't mind if I bring 2 guests. In light of this being our first class, how about we end things here for the day?
Lower class!
Please, Lord Belfour. It isn't good for your heart to get so worked up.
Fortunately, she didn't cause you any harm. Perhaps it'd be best to settle this with them peacefully.
You actually believe this is a matter that can be solved peacefully? Oh, I swear that woman will pay you!
For all the pain you've inflicted, I, William James Moriarty, sentence you to die. Next time, on Moriarty the Patriot, The Dancers on the Bridge. This bed hasn't been slept in for some time. I suggest you start talking, and quickly. Despite my demeanor, at this moment I'm more cross than you could possibly imagine.
What the?
You've got quite the lively step there. I've no doubt you'll prove to be an adequate match for your dance part.
Yeah, I got it.
You barely looked! If you guess correctly, that'll be 10 times in a row! Gentlemen do for a living.
Regarding the man's line of work, it's rather elementary. He's a mathematician.
Where to start? You play the strings, violin specifically, but you're not a professional musician. Additionally, you're adept in physical activities such as boxing. You've an avid interest in scientific experiments and... do I detect the slightest hint of a chemical dependency?
How'd you ever guess?
I didn't. Everything I said was a fact.
What an intriguing chap.
Do you think so?
I'm at your mercy. Oh, Professor. See you around.
Word, how generous of him. They must be the best in the house.
Our lead dashes off onto the second act.
Oh, traitor!
Now that's interesting.
How rude of me, huh? All this time, and I realized I never asked you your name.
You can call me Holmes, old sport. Detective Sherlock Holmes.
Just one moment, Sherlock.
Oh. Miss Hudson, I didn't see you looming there. Even a day as beautiful as this is nothing compared to you. Look at the time. Bye.
Just 1 moment! Give it.
Fine.
Don't you start with me, you no-good apple thief!
Please, I just need a little longer. Any day now, I'm sure of it.
Too bad you can't pay rent with excuses. If you don't have any money, get a real job. Otherwise, I'm kicking you out of your room. You understand?
I do have a job, Miss Hudson, but you know, it operates on its own schedule. So waiting sort of is my job.
Oh, I thought that was you. What a surprise seeing you groveling on the sidewalk.
Impeccable timing. Miss Hudson, this is my good friend.
You can call me Stamford, ma'am. I work at St. Bartholomew's Hospital. I'm a doctor, you see.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Now that that's settled, lend me some money.
I see. Quite the situation.
What did I do to deserve such abuse?
Don't be cross. It'll give you more wrinkles.
Give me more! I'd have married a one if I didn't have to deal with you!
Children, if I may, it seems the logical solution would be to find Holmes a flatmate with whom he could split the rent.
A flatmate? If you're ready, I've found some candidates for you to consider as possible tenants.
Like an audition. We'll see what they can offer.
Then I'll bring out our first victim.
Oh, and what do I do for a living? Just working on becoming the next big actor. I know, you could be my patron. I'll pay back any rent as soon as I make it.
Tempting, but I shall pass.
I heard you wouldn't mind if I brought strange men back to my room as long as it was work-related. Is that right?
Can't imagine who told you that.
I heard something about living free in a house with a proper roof.
You're in a worse financial position than he is!
What?
You think I'm daft? You're selecting unfit candidates on purpose! You planned this! An orchestrated waste of time! Since you're making this so difficult, you go find one or you're out on the street!
I've nowhere else to turn. Please, Stamford, is there anything else you can do?
Hello? Good Lord! Are you all right?
His pulse is normal. Body temperature's unaffected. And yet, blood is exiting the body.
Tell me, what's the time?
Blast! It can't be that late already. Must have dozed off.
Pardon, are you alright? You're bleeding.
Oh, this? Just a spot of cow's blood. All right, John. I don't see any issue with you, but ultimately it's up to dear Miss Hudson to decide the final verdict. A toast to John, and also finally being able to split the rent.
That's contingent upon whether he gets my okay.
Of course. And we're here to discuss the matter sensibly over alcohol. Cheers!
Mind, it makes me positively. Just where are you going?
Just off to the loo, Mum.
Oh, trying to run away?
I swear I'll return. Although if you'd prefer, we could make it a more communal affair.
Holmes, please! The police?
Yes! Payday has arrived!
Afraid you lost me.
You see, this is my half of the rent. Whenever the police have a case beyond their wits, they eventually reach out to me. I then step in and solve it, as the world's foremost consulting detective.
That's your profession?
Well, let's be off. No point standing around here. So, where's the crime scene? Walking distance or carriage ride?
Sorry, Holmes, but this case is slightly different.
Huh? Would have died almost immediately. Huh? Without further tests, that's all I can ascertain. Where'd you go?
Excellent work, John.
Is something wrong?
No, I thought there'd be some loose change under here.
All right. On your feet, clown!
Now's my chance to finally test him.
Just provide a little assistance. Now, to find out who you really are.
You there! Stop!
The man who took Lord Drebber's life is the same Jefferson Hope, murderer, and our driver, oddly enough. Isn't that right, Jefferson Hope? Ah, Scotland Yard. Have you bungled any cases lately? I'd like you to meet someone. I kept my end of the bargain, as promised.
His heart. My goal was to see whether he'd resort to any means in order to achieve his. And he won't.
I swear I'll reveal who they are and what their objective is. I wish to be alone for a while.
Very well. To what end?
Huh? What if, at this very moment... Free to kill.
Lestrade?
God, why couldn't you die properly? To hell with death by illness.
Holmes, really? You're acting like a child. Just because things didn't end up going your way, this is unbecoming of you.
Damn it, I'm out of lights. John, give me a match.
No, I think not. And you know that this excess is bad for your health. You should quit.
Would you shut up and just give me a blasted match already?
Why must the most brilliant man I've ever met lack such decency?
This useless doctor can't even light a cigarette.
What is that supposed to mean?
This... Confound him. He's like an old maid. Lecturing me.
I'm switching tables.
Where to, sir?
Well now, Professor, what are the odds? To my shock, the person he named is sitting here. William James Moriarty.
Is that the truth? Or a bluff? Finding out about Brother would be simple if he had sought out information aboard the Noatic. After all, there aren't many young college mathematics professors who are also sons of aristocrats. Also, after his arrest, we've been keeping a close eye on Hope and would have seen if he had contact with anyone. Meaning, this must be a ruse. Brother's name is still a secret. Holmes doesn't know. There's just one problem. If William calls his bluff, he'll acknowledge we were monitoring Hope closely. Damn it. Holmes, you bastard. You need to be removed before it's too late.
I confess that you've made a most amusing assertion. However, it is impossible to prove something I did not do. And besides, the burden of proof would be your responsibility, seeing as you're the detective.
If you were indeed this mastermind, just how would you reply in this instance?
Come and catch me if you can, Mr. Holmes. Yes, I suspect you would derive satisfaction at hearing those words. Detective.
Are they friends?
Yes. In fact, I suspect we won't even need the full amount of time to reach our findings.
Well, listen to you.
Although this is little more...
Was drugged. Then that must mean murder wasn't the sole motive.
Unmistakably.
Obviously.
As if one Holmes wasn't enough. Now there's two of them, with this Moriarty fellow.
My dear sir, whatever do you mean?
Well,
We must take our leave.
Let's grab a bite sometime. John, So, look. Lately things haven't been going my way, you know? But as long as you're okay with it, then I wouldn't mind us teaming up again.
My word, is that really your idea of an apology? It would seem the great detective is a mere mortal.
While I'm not sure what on earth that's supposed to mean, tell me, are we a team again or aren't we?
Give me one of your cigarettes, Sherlock.
Huh?
As for the matches, I can handle those. I wouldn't be a good doctor if I couldn't light a cigarette, wouldn't you say?
Dr. John Watson making a joke? For this to work, you're gonna need a sense of humor.
Sir Mycroft Holmes.
Yes, Your Majesty.
I'll come down. Yes? Can I help you?
Good morning to you. Might Mr. Holmes be in today?
Indeed. You must be a client. Come in.
Not to be rude, but you shouldn't overindulge. You seem to have gained about half a stone of late.
What? But just how would you know that?
I noticed the buttonholes on your vest have been enlarged. The tailoring appears to be rather hasty, so seems it was a recent change. Factoring in your waist size and height, it's quite clear to see that you've gained half a stone.
Who the devil are you? Sherlock! Huh?
Today's test makes it 673 to nothing, Shirley. I'm left to wonder, how much longer before you make me taste defeat?
Soon enough, brother.
This man is your brother?
Lamentably so, my elder brother Mycroft.
Delightful, isn't it? A new revolver developed by my unit that shoots paint.
Who cares? Get out!
Are you truly Sherlock's brother?
Indeed, my brother and I have taken very different paths in life.
What do you want? Did you come here solely to make snide remarks?
I'm actually here to give you a warning, Sherlock. Beware of women, dear brother.
What?
Seeing through the deceits of the fairer sex is even more difficult than tracing the threads of a crime. Well, I shall be taking my leave now. Reflect upon my advice, Shirley.
You're looking rather pale. Are you feeling poorly?
Mycroft has that effect on me.
That carriage he's traveling in. Is he employed in some government office?
Some office. It's not nearly so simple. No, he is the government, in the flesh.
Lieutenant Colonel Moriarty.
Sir, what does the Director of the Intelligence Service need with me, an officer of the Indian Army?
Just correspondence, I gather.
What they contain could be far more devastating than you can imagine, I assure you.
You're a king?
Well, that was obvious the moment you walked in.
Sorry.
You don't say! I admire this woman's pluck. So she's making you pay for dumping her, is that it?
No, Sherlock, don't do that! Stop being so boorish!
Miss Adler sounds riveting.
Huh? £300 in gold. And a note for another 700.
Why, that's £1,000! That would pay for our rent for the next decade and then some.
I pledge my service.
And in exchange for your loyalty, I shall bestow upon you what you desire most. Come, Irene Adler. I believe you and I should make our way to the final negotiation.
It seems I was mistaken. And here I thought you were smarter than this. I grow increasingly weary of these games. My sole interest is ascertaining whether you're an enemy of Britain.
And I have but a single request of you. Your absolute silence.
If I'm not mistaken, you are...
Call me William, Director Holmes.
The Lord of Crime, accompanied by both his left and right hand.
Together? So, that includes her?
We need him, yes. Need I remind you that you're the senior operative? Would you show a little support? Albert did ask you to take charge of Bond.
Yeah, fine, I know what he said.
The details of the job are on this piece of paper. I'd go over them, but at the moment I need to rest.
If I manage to carry out my role well enough, the others will accept me as one of them. Where'd they go?
I bet I know who employed them.
You fiend! Thanks for saving me a drop.
You needn't be so formal. Feel free to call me Young Will, as you always have. By the way, whilst I was sleeping, you entered the room and pinched my cheek, didn't you?
How'd you know about that? After all these years, still the same.
Well then?
Soon they'll discover who the real devils around here are.
Claiming credit for both murders.
Just one question. You built all of this for me, Lestrade?
Naturally, nothing worse than an unengaging presenter. I'll ask once again, help me catch this vile criminal before he adds more to his grim tally. Holmes, please.
I'll pass.
So in other words, a rousing success. Since it's an enhanced prototype, my presence was required in the field in case certain disruptions were to occur. Fortunately, looks like my services weren't required.
Oh, I kill the lights!
Hell, you say? It's been deserted. And all of its devils are right here. Lewis, there's 8. Ready?
Yes, we'll have 8 corpses.
Now let me see. That would get you, right, 240 loaves of bread. Oh, Antonio. If thou art prepared to accept Shylock's knife into thy bosom, then lay bare thy breast. When it comes to Shakespeare, I can recite every line from all 40 of his works from memory.
But that's not possible. You're a mere gutter snipe. How are you?
Very well. Now that the matter regarding blood has been settled, it's time to claim what's rightfully mine and take my pound of flesh. No one else needs to see this.
Wait, listen to reason.
William James Moriarty. I see. The name of my enemy.
Regarding him, eliminate him.
All of it is the truth.
Hands your life over to me.
Who the devil is that man?
You haven't guessed yet. I killed the MP's family and the 2 inspectors guarding them. This entire series of events was orchestrated and carried out by me, the Lord of Crime.
I didn't think the Lord of Crime was real.
Oh, I'm real. And I will cast all of London society into the fiery depths of hell. That is, unless there's someone in this city who has what it takes to stop me! Which will come out on top? Necessary evil, or pure evil? In the end, only one will remain. Right, Milverton?
There's more at play here. Yes, Miss Hudson? What's the matter? John? Who's this?
May I present Miss Mary Morstan? Currently, she's employed for Mrs. Forrester, serving as a governess. I'm a little late in announcing this, but... you see, we're getting married.
Who would dare stoop to such a vile act? Only one name comes to mind. The King of Blackmailers. Charles Augustus Milverton. Evil personified. See, my friend, I too have a gift when it comes to crime.
To arrest the man who stands before you. Oh, how rude. May I present the guest of honor, the British Empire's greatest criminal mind. The Lord of Crime.
Your exit's not your choice, it's mine.
Come and catch me if you can, Sherlock Holmes.
Yes. I'll see you soon.
But once you kill one person, murdering another makes no difference. Meaning, that in all likelihood, he'll hunt me down, and when he does, he'll aim to end my life.
Look, Shirley. I'm afraid if I tell you this, no good will come of it. But for better or for worse, it would appear you've managed to have gotten away with committing the perfect crime.
But this final note, I was told to hand-deliver.
I'm grateful that you came this far, Sherlock. First off, I'd like to thank you for humoring my request. As you're aware, my aim is to assume full responsibility in regards to this plan. Slowly, but surely, I believe my plot will succeed. The hearts of the people will be swayed in time. Alas, I won't be able to see the results myself, but that cannot be helped. Thus, I must make another request. Amidst this great upheaval, there will be many voices that cry out for help and receive none. So, I would ask that you help them. One more thing. When I came to call on you, you likely left me with a question. Something along the lines of, why you? Giving a single reason would prove rather difficult. But let it suffice to say, our first meeting was enjoyable enough for me to forget my plan. For a moment, at least. It felt as though I had found the one person who understood me. Had our circumstances been different, I would have liked to converse with you at great length. For reasons I can't quite explain. It feels as though you're a long-standing friend. That is why I want you at my side. At the moment I meet my end. No one else will do. If only we could be reborn in another world. Perhaps in the next life, things will be different.
If only, Liam. Genius couldn't tell I felt the same this whole time. Oh, the bloody fool! All of London considers you to be a devil, Liam. But there is still time. Come with me. Together I know we can find a solution that doesn't end in death.
I'm beyond redemption. Yet still you try to tempt me to cling to life. If there is a devil here, it's you!
Lewis, are you sure you want to watch this?
I requested Holmes' services in this matter. To save brother. I'm only here to see things through. Until the curtains fall. I gave up my entire life for brother, to further his ideals. I did not mind knowing death was a certainty, as long as we could die together. That was before he decided he needed to die alone. The same way brother has been for me. That's enough.
They've all seen us now. Witnessed the great detective battling against the Lord of Crime. The time has come.
Do you really expect me to stand by and watch you die? A mind like yours, and that's your idea of atonement? It's simply a means of avoiding your own suffering. Don't use death as an escape act! You're not past redemption. You're just taking the easy way out! Live and atone for what you've done. Liam, take my hand and live. You stubborn jackass!
You try to save me.
Isn't it clear? Because, William Moriarty, you are my friend. Existence may be a bitter venture for you, but not for the world you've brought about. It's a place worth living in. I'm sure of it. That future, our future, could be yours as well. Experience it for yourself. So climb up and live!
I'm a fool. You didn't come here as a detective, but rather as a friend. You've bested me, Shelley.
You idiot! As if that would stop me! Sorry. You can't. Both of us. We have to live.
There is no cause to worry. I have read it concerning the villain. Professor Moriarty is evil personified.
How curious. Seems he penned the work with full knowledge of what actually transpired.
Lewis James Moriarty, I hereby commit to you a newly created agency for intelligence which does not officially exist and answers directly to Her Majesty. MI6.
Willkommen.
Scotch.
Sir, you do know you're in Switzerland. We drink Kirsch here. Give it a try. I doubt you're this far into the countryside on business. Are you out here chasing after a woman?
Hardly. I'm looking for a friend.
What sort of friend?
Well, let's see. The kind who would look up at a spiral staircase and check for the golden ratio. Anyone you know?
Catch me, if you can, Mr. Holmes.